The room was a cacophony of chaos, a whirlwind of doctors and nurses buzzing around the paralyzed figure on the hospital bed. Joon-woo, once the formidable boss of the Korean Mafia, lay helpless, his sharp eyes now dull with the weight of his new reality. The accident had changed everything. The bullet meant for him had struck true, leaving him immobilized from the waist down. Among the clinical efficiency of the medical staff, a single voice sliced through the air, sharp and filled with venom. "You're useless to me now, Joon-woo." His wife, Hannah, stood at the foot of the bed, her eyes cold and devoid of the love they once held. Her words cut deeper than the physical pain, and Joon-woo felt a part of him crumble as she turned her back, walking away without a second glance. The door slammed shut, echoing in the sterile room. It was a sound that resonated through the corridors of his mind, a reminder of his newfound solitude. Joon-woo's heart ached with a mixture of rage and despair. He wanted to scream, to demand she stay, but his voice betrayed him, coming out as nothing more than a strangled whisper. Subscribe, comment, and like the video if you want to see more gripping stories like this one. Days turned into weeks, and his condition remained unchanged. The once proud and indomitable leader found himself at the mercy of those around him. The only constant in his life now was the quiet presence of Mia, the maid. She moved around the room with a gentle grace, her dark skin a contrast to the stark white of the hospital walls. Unlike the others, she offered no pity, only a steady companionship that soothed his turbulent spirit. Joon-woo watched her from his bed, his keen eyes observing the way her brow furrowed in concentration when she arranged the flowers on the table or how her lips curved into a soft smile when she caught him staring. There was an unspoken understanding between them, a connection that went beyond words. It was something he couldn't quite put into words, but it was enough to keep the darkness at bay. "Mia," he rasped one morning, his voice raw from disuse. "Why do you stay?" She paused, her hand hovering over a vase, and turned to face him. Her eyes met his, and in them, he saw a depth of emotion that took him by surprise. "Because you're worth it, Mr. Joon-woo," she replied simply, her voice steady and sincere. Her words lingered in the air long after she resumed her work, planting a seed of hope in the barren landscape of his heart. As the days passed, Joon-woo found himself looking forward to her visits, the highlight of his otherwise monotonous existence. They spoke about everything and nothing, their conversations a balm for his wounded soul. One evening, as the sky outside turned a deep shade of indigo, Joon-woo found himself opening up to her in a way he hadn't with anyone else. He spoke of his fears, his regrets, and the heavy burden of leadership that had shaped his life. Mia listened with an attentiveness that made him feel seen, truly seen, for the first time in his life. "Do you ever regret it?" she asked softly, her voice barely above a whisper. He considered her question, the weight of it pressing down on him like a leaden cloak. "Every day," he admitted, his voice laced with a vulnerability that surprised even him. Her hand found his, her touch warm and reassuring. "Then maybe it's time to let go of the past and find a new path." The simplicity of her words struck him with the force of truth, and for the first time in a long time, he felt a flicker of hope. Joon-woo knew the road to redemption wouldn't be easy, but with Mia by his side, he dared to believe it was possible. In the weeks that followed, their bond deepened. Joon-woo's icy exterior slowly thawed, revealing a man capable of kindness and compassion. He found himself laughing more, the sound foreign but welcome. Mia was a constant presence, her unwavering support a lifeline he clung to. One afternoon, as they sat together, Joon-woo found himself asking the question that had been on his mind for some time. "Mia, why do you care so much?" She met his gaze, her expression open and earnest. "Because I see the man you can be, Joon-woo, and I want to help you become him." Her words struck a chord deep within him, igniting a spark of determination. He wanted to be that man, not just for himself, but for her. The realization was both terrifying and exhilarating, a testament to the power she held over him. If you're enjoying this story, don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like the video to stay updated on more captivating tales. As the months passed, Joon-woo's physical condition improved under the watchful eye of his doctors. He regained some mobility, enough to maneuver himself in a wheelchair, a small victory that filled him with a sense of accomplishment. The changes in him were more than just physical, they were a testament to the inner transformation that had taken place. With Mia's encouragement, he began to take an active role in the community, using his influence to make a positive impact. He funded local projects, offered support to those in need, and slowly, the shadow of his past began to recede. It was a long and arduous journey, but one he was determined to see through. One evening, as they sat together watching the sunset, Joon-woo felt a surge of gratitude for the woman who had changed his life. "Thank you, Mia," he said, his voice thick with emotion. She smiled, her eyes shining with warmth. "You did it yourself, Joon-woo. I just showed you the way." Their hands intertwined, a silent promise of the future they would build together. In Mia, Joon-woo had found more than just a companion, he had found true love, a love that transcended the boundaries of circumstance and convention. As they sat together, bathed in the golden light of the setting sun, Joon-woo knew that the road ahead would be challenging. But with Mia by his side, he was ready to face whatever came their way. Together, they would forge a new path, one built on love, trust, and the promise of a better tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like the video if you enjoyed this story. Stay tuned for more inspiring and emotional tales that capture the essence of true human connection.